Good morning. It's Tuesday. It's just before 7:30. I'm getting ready to leave. And I'm gonna try and do a little daily vlog just because I feel like today would be a day where it's feasible. I had a 3-day weekend. I think really because we no longer observe Columbus Day. Excuse me, I'm trying to vlog and open the shutters all at the same time. My hand's in the way, I know. Sorry. There we go. And for some reason, we got this Monday off instead of the next Monday. I don't really care. I'm just glad we had it. I didn't even know we were going to get this past Monday off until last Thursday when I was informed, and I almost came to tears because I have truly just been exhausted by this school year. And I'm not really sure why. Like, again, the kids aren't like exceptionally bad. I don't feel like there's anything major that's changed. What I think it is I just have an awareness now. I have an awareness of what I was doing before that was not appropriate in terms of like work boundaries. And so I think the hard thing about doing things like going to therapy and being aware of what you do is when you're aware, now you know when you're doing something wrong. Let me see. Okay, you guys are in the coffee mug cabinet. So I think that has been making me tired, on top of just the demands of being a teacher. So when I tell you I needed that 3-day weekend, like nobody's business, I really mean it, because I think I was truly at my breaking point because I felt like I had just been working nonstop for weeks. And not last week, but the week before was parent conference week. So it was just long days, back to back, no prep. And then last week was just busy. Because I had to take a personal day, and then I was out of the classroom for 2 days, and that just is always stressful. And every time I have a 3-day weekend, I will probably get on camera and say this, like, I think we need to have a 3-day weekend as a standard. You literally need 1 day just to gather your thoughts and decompress, and then the other 2 days to do the normal life things you need to do to sustain, like your errands and the grocery store and laundry, and make sure you're ready for the work week. And I just know that if I had a 3-day weekend every weekend, I'd be a better teacher. I'd be a better human being. I'd probably be healthier. And I'm not even saying that jokingly. I truly believe that. And I don't know what we need to do in this country to make that happen. But I wish it would. So aside from that, the only other thing that's new is Luna got spayed this weekend. Let's see if I can show you to her. There her is. She got spayed this weekend, so she has to wear the little cone. I did buy her a onesie, but I think she actually prefers the cone. I don't think she likes the constriction of the onesie. So I feel bad, but I think she has to have that cone on for like a week or so. But we got that taken care of. And she's just on the road to recovery. So I'm really just here to say good morning. I'm getting ready to step out the door after I give Luna her medication and get the day started. And when I get to work sometime later, I'll give you a rundown of what is the plan for the day. So I'll see you then. Okay, I'm on my prep period right now. It's a little after 9:15. And so far, I've had my first period class, which is my leadership class. That is my elective, but it's a year-long class. And we're in the middle of doing student elections. I just keep it on a smaller scale for me. This school has never really had school-wide elections before. We did elections last year where it was kind of opened up to all students. I just don't feel like the turnout was great there. I think primarily because I don't know that a lot of teachers actually shared the Google form which served as the ballot. And that's just, you know, a whole nother conversation to be had at a later day as to why It doesn't get shared as much as I would like. But this year I thought, okay, what if we still ran student elections, because I think it's an important experience for kids in the 8th grade leadership class to have, especially if they are looking to do like ASB in high school. What if I still ran elections but only held the voting amongst the 3 leadership classes, because the thinking was those kids would be more invested in voting and voting appropriately because they're already in the leadership program and they probably have intentions of continuing. So 6th grade leadership will vote, 7th grade leadership will vote, 8th grade leadership will vote, and then I'll open up the voting also to all teachers. So the students that are running, we have president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and historian. The students that were running, or are running, gave their speeches today to the 8th grade leadership class, so their own class. And I told them to treat this as kind of like a trial run, since they're giving it to their immediate peers. And I videotaped the speeches so that when it comes time for voting, I can offer the video clip of their speech to teachers across campus in case they want to take a look and vote based on what they see, as well as if the leadership teachers themselves want to play it. Now, mind you, the kids that are running for office will go visit the 6th grade and 7th grade leadership class on Thursday and give the speeches live. But I told the kids today, like, maybe they want to see your speech again, or maybe they forgot what you said, or they want to refresh their memory before they vote, so they'll also have access to the video. So they did it in class today. And for the most part, most of the kids were prepared. Some kids weren't, in the sense that it didn't seem like their speech was, hopefully you guys don't fall. It didn't seem like their speech was pre-written. It almost felt like they were just going off the top of their head. And I mean, that's their choice. Like, so I gave them some quick feedback. Most of them just need to practice a little bit more, get more familiar with their speech, slow down their speech. Told them it's also important to dress nicely, because that all plays into whether or not someone chooses to vote for you. And that was it. And then we're also in the middle of getting ready for the second rally. So we had one group pitch their rally theme, and the rest of the groups will have to go. What is this? The rest of the groups will have to go tomorrow. Why do I have so many of these? Okay. So that's what I did in leadership, and that also works kind of nicely because today in both my classes we are also participating in a mock election. This is UA Gold, where they will be voting for president and vice president and local elected officials, as well as propositions that are being proposed. So that we got organized through, I think our principal last year had to submit a request for the materials to some organization. So that all that stuff has been provided for us. So it was kind of nice. I'll show you what I gave kids. And just to be safe, this is how I chose to handle it. Just to be safe, so that no parent thinks that I'm out here giving my political agenda to students, and because I was out 3 days last week and I had to do voting by today because there was a certain timeline we had to follow, I decided to offer what I'm about to show you as an extra credit assignment. They're all gonna vote. We're all gonna go in there and vote because that is a part of the activity today. But what I decided to do was I really wanted the kids to get familiar with, you know, who's on the ballot, what the election process looks like in the sense of what does voting look and feel like, the propositions, just, you know, introduce them to the idea of it being important to be an informed voter. So I took some of the materials that were provided through this mock election. I don't know who this, the California Student, I don't know what organization this is actually. I'm sure I can find out. But I gave them some of the resources that were provided to us. So one of which was U.S. presidential statements. So we talked on Friday. I'm like, notice there's 4 candidates that they're giving you information about. You guys are probably only familiar with 2, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, because those are the candidates from the main party. But just explaining to them that a lot of times there's more than 2 presidential candidates. You're only really hearing about the 2 from the main party. So they have access to that. They also have access to statements by people running for full-term Senate seats as well as partial-term Senate seats. So I showed them that. And then, oh, that wasn't very effective. They also had the propositions like at a quick glance. So what was provided was all the, and if they wanted to read the propositions in full detail, I have that material too, but I mean, that was a very long document. Not leadership, come on. So instead I gave them the quick view handout that was provided. Where is that? Where did I? There we go. So it was propositions at a quick glance. So it gives you propositions, what a yes vote means, what a no vote means. So that was a couple pages long. And then one of my teammates made this notes page where they kind of summarize their thoughts on who they're going to vote for president, senatorial positions, the propositions, all there. So what I did was I told the kids, I'm going to give this to you today, which was Friday, and I would like for you, why am I upside down? Hold on. I don't even, there we go. You were upside down for a minute, or I was upside down for a minute. I would like for you to go home at some point over the weekend, sit with your parent, your family, and have some level of discussion about the upcoming debate, because it's important to be an informed voter and let them know a lot of you will be in a position where you can vote for the next election. And this is a good way to kind of make sure you know what you should be doing leading up to an election. And I said, and honestly, some of your parents may not have had time to sit down and look at these things to know how they want to vote and if they're going to vote. And I said, so the conversation can be as elaborate or as casual as your family chooses to make it. But to get the extra credit assignment, they have to complete the notes page, which was this, where they're gonna indicate on the notes page who they plan to vote for both presidential and senatorial seats, how they choose to vote for the propositions, and on the back, and a reason why they're voting that way for the proposition. And on the back, they're gonna have their parents sign it saying that to some degree, we've had a conversation with our child about the upcoming election. And if they turn in that completed paper, then they will get extra credit for social studies / history. If they don't, they won't. And you know, it is what it is. But everyone will go in and participate at the mock election. If they didn't fill out the form, I guess they're just gonna be in there winging it. But that's what I chose to do. I'm sure as we get closer to the election, maybe I'll do a little bit more. I don't know, it just kind of depends on how things go. The last election we did quite a bit with iCivics, but we were also online. We didn't really have text, and we were all in survival mode, teaching online. So we'll see. But right now I'm on my prep. I'm making my breakfast, which is this Jimmy Dean breakfast bowl that has really been a game changer. It keeps me full until lunch. So in addition to the mock election, the kids are preparing for the Colonial Fair, which is, I think, one of the favorite projects of kids and mine every year, where they are going to be representing a particular colonial state or region. And at the fair tomorrow, they're trying to get people to be impressed by their state and therefore want to settle there. We have special guests that come and visit. I've already talked to Blvd. He is available to come. Hester, who is his colonial female friend, is going to be there. And it's a good time. I invited parents this year. I don't know if they'll come, but I also this year reached out to parents to see if they would like to donate the materials that I need for the Colonial Fair, like the balloons, the table skirts, and within minutes, because it costs about $100 to do that. With the minutes, that was paid for, so that was a pleasant surprise. And then I also opened it up to see if parents would like to come help me set up for it after school today. And so far 3 parents said they would, so I need to message them to confirm that they are still willing to do that. That's also a surprise. I just had a moment where I'm like, I'm just gonna ask. This is middle school, you don't get a lot of parent participation, but I'm just gonna ask, and worst case scenario, they're gonna say no, and I'm gonna do what I've always done anyway, and best case scenario, somebody will say yes, and it'll be less work for me to do. So that is the plan. I'm going to eat my breakfast now and get ready for UA, which will allow me to show you another thing that I've been liking. Last vlog I showed you classroom screen, and I meant to show you these 2 other things. So in UA, which is the class that to some degree has been the bane of my existence because of its structure and the lack of curriculum, I am working with Scholastic Magazines Plus, and so I have been fortunate enough to reintroduce Junior Scholastic back into my classroom. Now, when I taught elementary school, I obviously didn't use Junior Scholastic because this is made for the middle school level. I used Storyworks and loved it, and then I moved schools and the subscription wasn't present at the current school that I'm at now. So when this opportunity came up, I was like, yes, I would like to participate and collaborate with you. So I have just decided to alleviate myself of the worry and stress of what am I going to use in UA, and how am I going to structure it, and what can I find on Teachers Pay Teachers and all of that. And I'm just going to use these because these come out monthly. They are very timely. They're very engaging because there's a lot of different topics it covers. Like in this issue, there's an article on football, there's one on TikTok, there's one on whether or not the Election Day should be a national holiday, one on the history of Amazon. So there's a lot to be had in here. So right now in UA, what we are doing is we're going to have a structured academic debate based on this article that is titled, Should Election Day Be a National Holiday? So I'm going to, I think, give them their sides today. They have been working on preparing evidence. So last week I told them you just need to pick the top 3 articles or the top 3 points that support the idea that Election Day should be a national holiday. List those top 3 points and why they're strong points, and also the top 3 points arguing against making it a national holiday, because I told them you don't know what side of the debate you'll be assigned, and so you want to be prepared. And so I think, and this little handy worksheet was provided by Scholastic Magazines Plus, or Junior Scholastic, on their online platform. So it's been great. It's alleviated a lot of stress, a lot of searching, a lot of what am I gonna do, how am I gonna do it. I know I have a material that's gonna last me throughout the year, and depending on the articles in the magazine, some of them you could use multiple years. They're not super specific to that one year. So I'm very excited about that. If you would like to get a Scholastic magazine in your classroom, whether it be at the lower elementary level, upper elementary, middle school level, and beyond, make sure you visit my Instagram account, because I do have a discount code where you can get 20% off, and one person will be getting a free subscription for a year to Scholastic Magazines Plus by following some guidelines that I'll be posting in the coming days. So you need to make sure that you head over to my Instagram account and check that out. But yeah, so I'm gonna make sure I have everything ready for my UA class, and I probably won't see you till after school. I have those parents that are supposed to be coming, and I have a union meeting after school. So the next time I see you, it'll probably be after those things are accomplished. But now it's breakfast time. Ladies, we're vlogging. Don't disturb us.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are so excited to be in this class.
The camera's not even on you. I mean, they can hear you, but...
I love that you said you're so excited to be in this class.
She said my nails are just all right today. And then she had to go sit down. Then she had to go sit down and think about it and come back.
Oh. I said they look like a supermodel.
Yeah.
I mean, better than a supermodel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The battery's gonna die. It's lunchtime.
Hi.
There's Miss Lawrence.
Hi.
Eating her healthy lunch. I'm eating a Factor meal. And we were just lamenting over the fact that they no longer sell her maple almonds.
Yeah, from Trader Joe's. They said, what's the one thing that you love here? let us discontinue that.
What is Miss Lawrence like? Oh, then no, we're not selling that.
We're not bringing that back this fall. So we'll make 100 other almond items.
All the other maple things,
items, but not yours.
that. I really just popped on because some people wanted a kitten update, and Miss Lawrence, I would say, was the driving force behind saving those kittens. One kitten was in her hair.
Yep.
We were trying to feed the kittens milk, and then we were told not to. But the update is, the kittens were sent to,
I'm sorry, I keep eating.
the battery died.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Former aide, sister-in-law took the kittens, nursed them, had all the material she needed, nursed them to health. She's keeping one, which I think was the only male, that was named Pete the cat. 2 of my students adopted 2 of them, Marbles and Bubbles, because I sent out the picture that we were provided, and I just really messaged parents and said, hey, these 4 kittens were born at the school. We're trying to keep them from getting euthanized. So those 2 were adopted. And then last week I found out, I think a 6th grader adopted the last one. So all 4 kittens are happy, healthy, have a home. If I have that picture, I'll show you. But that's really all that I'm here to tell you, and to let you know that Trader Joe's is not selling her maple almonds anymore, or her toothpaste.
Feel free to, and my baking soda toothpaste.
Yeah.
Feel free to write to your local Trader Joe's. Let them know about the almonds.
Because she needs them. As far as the day is going, it's going. Mock voting went well with my first class. They did a pretty good job. We're gonna do the same in the second. Kids are preparing for the Colonial Fair. I am a little worried for some groups because they looked very far from being complete.
And it's tomorrow.
But it's tomorrow, so.
Ready or not.
Ready or not, Hester and Jebediah will be here looking for a new home.
I've missed Hester, so I need to see her.
So that's it. The bell's gonna ring soon. There's Taylor. We're still here.
Still,
surviving, not thriving.
No.
It's 4:40. I'm still at school, obviously. I just finished my union meeting. Let me close this door. Hold on a second. There we go. I just finished my union meeting, and I am first and foremost extremely thankful to the parents that came and helped set up the classroom for the Colonial Fair. I ended up having 3 moms and 1 dad, and it was a beautiful sight. I'm very glad that I thought to ask, and that they said yes, and that they took time out of their day to do that. Really not just for me, but for the students as well, because I had a union meeting at the same time on this, you know, so I was kind of worried about, like, I'm gonna have to go to this union meeting, and then after that set everything up. And in years past, I've actually had an aide that would help make the balloon centerpieces that you kind of see off to the side. So they did it all. And then while they were working, I did let them know I have a union meeting that starts at 3:15. So I'll be here with my AirPods in, you know, attending the meeting, and, you know, I let them know so they didn't think I was being rude. So super thankful, and that just goes to show that even if you teach middle school, just ask. There's usually a parent or 2 out there that really does want to help, and they will come through. So thank you to those parents. I truly appreciate it. It saved me so much time. So all I really need to do is kind of clean up the room. It's a little messy, and there's a couple of table signs that I'm seeing right now that are really driving me crazy because they're all curled up. I'm probably gonna rip them off in just a second, but I'm gonna send out these notes that I took. So there are 4 site reps at my school, meaning there's 4 teachers on this campus that act as representatives of teachers at this site in the larger district's union body, if that makes sense. So we attend site rep meetings where the executive boards of the president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer give all the different site reps from around the district the most recent news and district happenings. I believe that the secretary that's on the executive board of our district should be taking notes and then disseminating them out to all school sites so that information is being shared uniformly. I believe that the secretary that's on the executive board of our district should be taking notes and then disseminating them out to all school sites so that information is being shared uniformly. I believe that the secretary that's on the executive board of our district should be taking notes and then disseminating them out to all school sites so that information is being shared uniformly. But that doesn't happen, which I think is very risky because I don't know that every site rep takes notes and shares. I've been on some sites where they had site reps in years past and they never heard what happened at meetings. B, you know, even me included, I'm taking notes, but what if I'm taking notes with like my own biases and like I'm conveying information in a way that isn't as neutral as it could be? I've mentioned that before. They have acknowledged that it probably should happen, but we just haven't gotten to that place. All that to say, I choose to take notes because I think it's my responsibility to take notes, and I take the notes as the meeting is occurring. So they're talking, I'm typing the notes, and then usually right after the meeting's over, I'm able to just email the link to the teachers so they can review the notes. Some of them probably never look at the notes, and that's okay. That's their choice. But I also know that some of them do, and I think they appreciate it so that they get like a glimpse of, you know, where we're at as a district. So I'm getting ready to send those out right now, and then I'm going to make my slide for tomorrow. Tomorrow it is essentially just the Colonial Fair. That is the priority. I basically give them, when they come in, 15 to 20 minutes to gather their thoughts, make sure everybody has their little lives together, that they're ready to present, and then we have the Colonial Fair. Like I've talked about this in years past, I believe, but my class is arranged in groups of 6. In years past, they've been in groups of 4, so these groups are a little bit larger. So there's 6 booths, which represent 6 different states during that time. The groups will be split in half, and there's 2 rounds to the Colonial Fair. So round one half of the group is presenting their colony, is manning their booth, selling their booth, engaging people to come to their booth. And the other half of that group is visiting the other booths and collecting the information they need on those colonies that they need to record in their TCI workbook. And it's timed. I think I give them like a few minutes at each booth. And then when that round is over, then the roles switch. So the people that were traveling to the different booths are now manning their booth, presenting their booth, enticing people to visit their booth, while everybody else that was presenting at their booth is now visiting other places. So it takes about an hour, if not a little bit more. And so that's what we're doing tomorrow. That's all we're doing. So yeah, I just need to make the slide to make that apparent. I don't even know if I'm gonna have a slide. Like, I probably will, just to give them their reminders. And then I need to clean up. It's dusty in places. Like I said, there's some number mats on desks that are just rolled up and balled up and are really agitating me right now. And then I'm probably gonna go home. I also need to go to Target to pick up a white t-shirt and stop by the cleaners to drop off my duvet. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna eat my snack. If you're looking for a great little snack to have after school that's very satisfying, I have been doing this. This is just a container with not Taylor's maple almonds, because yuck. And I say yuck and I haven't even tasted them. I probably would like them. But I think these are toffee. It's a pink package. I want to say they're toffee and caramel coated almonds or something from Trader Joe's. They come in a pink package. I'll try and look at them when I get home and let you know. So I'll have a portion of these. The portion should be about 13. And by the sights of this, it's more than 13 in there. But we're not gonna worry about that. And then I have a baby bell cheese to go with it. And it's filling and satisfying. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send out this email with the notes, clean it up, and then I'm gonna go home. So, alrighty, it is now 5:45. I'm about to get out of here. I haven't decided if I'm going to go home, first walk the dogs, and then do my Target pickup, or do that and then go home. I think I need to go there first. It's just the sun has been setting earlier lately, and I like to make sure that I'm back in the house from my dog walk. before it starts. You know, I'm a single lady out here and I gotta stay safe. So that's what I am debating, but I think I have the answer. Here's the classroom for the Colonial Fair. This is what it's looking like. In years past, the centerpieces were taller. I think because we had taller 6, but they made it shorter, and I don't know. It's more functional shorter. I think when it's taller, it gives like more of a oomph, but I still like it. And the other thing I notice is because now I have groups of 6, in the future, I need 2 of these skirts for each table group. Last year when I had groups of 4, they were too long, and now that I have groups of 6, they are too large. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. If you enjoyed just a peek in today's teaching life for me, please give this video a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. If you'd like to leave a comment, please feel free to do so. Either way, I would love it if you engage with this video because it does keep me encouraged. And as always, I hope that you guys are well, and if you're not well, please be well. And I will see you in the next vlog. Maybe tomorrow if I'm feeling really ambitious, but if not, tomorrow soon. Bye.